Oh, there she is.
Hi.
I forgot to wear my
All right.
bow.
What? Oh yeah,
So yeah,
you like that?
I do.
It's my Christmas festivities.
All right, everybody. This is Toby from Mailboxes and Beyond in Blytheville, Arkansas. And today we're going to talk to her just a little bit about holiday shipping and what the holidays mean for mail and parcel centers. So basically, Toby, welcome. And so when it comes to the holiday shipping, what percentage of, sales are people coming in to ship in your store right now?
If you're looking at the percentage of December sales, we're probably going to be around 45% of our December sales will be shipping, roughly around there. Overall, as far as the year is concerned, it's probably more like 4 to 5% of our actual overall yearly sales.
Now,
But it is a big part of December.
45% for December in a typical month, is that elevated more? Because I know you do a lot of printing and other business services.
Absolutely, yes. We actually are a large printing store, and we have a couple of other really large revenue sources. So yes, as a rule of thumb, to give you some comparison, overall for the year, we're about a 20% is about what our sales go to shipping. So definitely, It's a big increase for the.
Awesome. So how do you prepare for this holiday rush? The people coming in, what do you do in your store to help move people through a little bit faster?
Well, we always actually maintain 2 POSs open. We actually have 3, but anyway, one we don't use for shipping. But for the most part, we do have try to have additional staff on hand to be able to maintain that. And we do pretty well. We're a busy traffic store anyway, unlike a lot of other shipping stores. So we're kind of prepared for it year round. It's not something that just happens in December like it does in other stores. We are a little bit shipping, but most people do. They expect to wait a little bit. One thing that we do, as you mentioned, my festive bow, it is a requirement here starting in November. We have a bucket full of Christmas headwear, and all of my staff are required to. I'm going to flip around and let you see. All right, Katie, say hello. Here's one of my staff right now. Let's see if I can get the camera to work. Can you see her? Yeah, so she's got her little headwear on. And so I have found that it's hard for people to be mad or impatient. It just kind of lightens the mood when people are already cranky kind of at Christmas shopping. When they come in and everybody's got silly stuff on their head, it makes them a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more, oh, that's funny, and it just kind of lightens the mood. And so that is one of the things that we do kind of unique.
I've heard a lot of different things that shipping stores have done, and that's great. I've never heard anybody do that before. That's awesome.
Yeah, when you got wearing reindeer ears, it lightens the mood. And even the dogs around here have elf hats, so it definitely makes things a lot better. Yeah,
that's great. So after Christmas, do you see a big spike in returns and drop-offs for different like e-commerce and Amazon shippers? Do you see a lot more of that, or do you see a lot? I mean, I'm sure the holiday shipping drops off, so you see more returns and everything.
Come up front, please, Katie. Yeah, absolutely. We definitely do more returns in January. That's pretty common. We will kind of start preparing a lot of our customers for how to handle those Amazon. That's one of our marketing strategies this year is we're working on getting some cards made up to be able to pass out to all of our customers in the month of December on how to handle their Amazon returns. Just kind of give them some ideas and some heads up on what to do when it is time to start returning those packages in January.
Have the instructions on one side and your hours on the other side. That's a great idea. Yeah. And so right now, what are people using more? What's going out of your store? More FedEx, more UPS, more USPS? Where's your bulk going right now, you think?
My bulk is going FedEx. Last year we probably were pretty neck and neck with FedEx and the post office. We actually sent quite a bit USPS. With the most recent changes in the dim weight changes that they've switched back. I expect to see a lot of that went postal last year to come back to FedEx.
Okay.
That's kind of our preferred vendor, and we ship UPS as well. But if I had to pick, that the bulk of ours will definitely go FedEx.
Okay. And so we had a story with a news channel recently about people that were bringing in boxes and stuff, and about, dim weight you just talked about. When people sometimes bring in like a larger box with smaller items and it's going to be dimmed, do you try to explain to them, kind of what dimensional weights are, or do you try to explain, hey, this is really a 17-pound package and not a 3-pound, but if you buy this $2 box and put it in, is there like any way to really explain that easily, or people just say just ship it with the dim weight?
I don't, honestly, when it comes to dealing with my consumers and talking to my customers, I don't usually use the terminology dim weight, because that doesn't really mean anything to the consumer. The reason, usually what we explain to people is that the pricing has a lot, it's to do with the weight, but it's more about the size of the package. And the smaller we can make the package, the better we can get them. And, just kind of trust us to take it and package it. And that's most people's concern is, well, just send it however is the cheapest way. And they trust us to figure that out. But that's kind of how we explain it to the customers, just that it's, that if they can use a smaller box, they definitely want to do that. And then sometimes I will, we do explain it to them. Look, we can save you $10 in shipping if you pay for a $3 box. And most people do that. And that usually they'll say just whatever's cheaper.
Awesome. Do you mind giving us a real quick look at your store?
No, let me walk up there. This is my first Instagram live, so excuse me if I'm kind of wompy with the camera.
That's fine. You're doing great.
All right, so let's see.
How many square feet is your store?
Well, the actual square footage of the entire store is 4,800, but we have a large backroom production area as well. So I'm gonna walk to the front door and kind of start from there. We probably have about, oh Lord, you are going to put me on the spot. Probably about 3,000, no, less than that. Probably 2,500 square foot of front space. So when you walk in our door, you've got greeting cards here. There's our mailboxes, and we actually have an expansion with our custom shop. So like we just actually opened this room up. So when you come up over here, this is basically our print showroom. This is the room that has all of the things that we can print that people don't know that we can print. And so they have samples. So that's what this room is. It's just kind of like samples. You'll see we've got a board here of all the samples of different things that we can print. So I'm going to kind of get both sides of it. So this is like the boring stuff that's hard to display, because if you just throw business cards on a piece of, on a shelf, they don't look as cool. So we have these really cool little displays. So anyway, so that's our kind of our overrun. And this is our t-shirt shop too. We do custom t-shirts and all that kind of stuff. So that's what this room over here is. And it's our overflow for our boxes. So we'll come back over in here. So we do a lot of retail this time of year as well. We are still actually decorating the store for Christmas. This is a lot of our custom products and stuff. But you'll see we've got our little stockings. Let's see if we can get a kind of a little bit closer up. So there's Max stocking. Max, our resident, one of our resident dogs around here. And we have our little stockings for all of our staff, all the way, that go all the way around the building. And so like I said, we're still decorating for Christmas. It's been kind of this year has gone by really, really fast, and everything's kind of come up on us pretty quickly. But that is one of the things that we do. If you'll see the elves here, we have an elf theme. That's where you'll find random elf, I see little random elf people everywhere. That's kind of our theme, because we try to let people know in our community that we are their elves. We're Santa's elves, and I'm going to flip back around to me. And so that we can be their elves, and we're Santa's, their elf helpers, and we're their gift wrappers, and we're their shippers, and we're the ones that do all of the behind the scenes work. So that's something we started several years ago. We have we all have shirts that are like elf, they look like elf costumes that we'll wear closer when it's really busy for Christmas, and that's just kind of a theme that we've gotten through, is that we are Santa, we're their local elves.
You think a lot more about marketing than a lot of mail and parcel centers that I've seen some of their efforts. So you really you understand marketing a lot more than a lot of people. So that's great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, and do you extend your hours any during the holidays?
Not anymore. We did not. We are not this year, and we did not last year. What I found, where I'm at, a couple things. Where I'm at is not a highly competitive area, so we don't have we don't have competition for other mail and parcel stores for 50 miles. So what I found is that it just increased my payroll. And didn't really increase sales any, and it actually was confusing some of my regular customers. We have a big check cashing business, and we have customers that come. Excuse me, I'm videoing, not you. So we have kind of getting out of the way. So we have a lot of customers that come in, and what we were finding was that when we were extending our hours, they thought we were open later, and then when the holiday hours were over, they were getting here to cash their checks, and we were closed. So we kind of I made the decision last year to, hey, let's not do it and see what happens. And we kind of advertised that we will stay late on by request. We'll do a lot of social media saying, hey, if you just can't get here and, till whatever, call me, we'll make a special appointment, whatever the case may be. But for the most part, like I said, it just was increasing our payroll, not increasing sales. Yeah. So it was inconveniencing us to convenience one or two people. So we've rethought that. Now, if down the road we may have to, change that again if there is ever reason to. But for right now, this seems to work for us. People are going to ship whenever we're open.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. All right, Tobye, thank you for taking a little time out of. I know your time is very valuable, so thank you for joining us. And,
thank you for teaching me how to do Instagram Live.
Yeah.
this is the first. I appreciate that.
You need to start doing it for your store now.
Yeah. I'll have to be doing more of that. Absolutely.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.